You know, when I last met Christopher Eccleston, I told myself to not, under any circumstances, mention the F word. And what happened? Hey Chris, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, thanks. Sorry, could you sign this, please?
Sure thing.
I was able to catch a performance of your Macbeth at the RSC. Absolutely brilliant show.
Oh, thank you. It was a very good production to be a part of.
Me and my mates also caught your stage talk in Leeds. You had some fantastic points about the arts and... anyway, it was fantastic to meet... Oh, god damn it! Hello, and welcome to my review of Horton Hears a Who. I am your host, Mr. Fantastic, and I'll be looking back on where a lot of our journeys with Doctor Who began. Rose, by Russell T Davies, in honour of its 20th anniversary. 2 full decades of this programme changing our lives and becoming an obsession that will not stop taking all of my money. On the 26th of March 2005, my dad urged my stubborn 8-year-old self to give this strange returning series a go. I didn't wanna, but I gave in anyway, because apparently it was meant to have something to do with aliens, and aliens were cool. And how was this mysterious programme? It was a big pile of shit. Nah, it hooked me immediately. The dum-da-dum-dum-da-dum theme music, the flying blue phone box, the vortex of rainbow-esque colours, it was captivating. Murray Gold's music and Keith Boak's direction played equally major roles in hooking us all in and establishing that this isn't exactly the same show as the classic series. Not that there's anything wrong with that era, I'm a huge Classic Who fan. And while it's viewed fondly now, back then it was kinda dated. There was a sense that Doctor Who was a cheap, cheesy joke. But this was something else. Something with a little more oomph and action, and definitely needed for audiences to reevaluate the very nature of the programme, what it was, and what it could be. After the opening shot, we meet Billie Piper's Rose Tyler, who is very down to earth. Literally. She does a great job at selling the routine, that she's someone who has been through this kind of day many times, relatable and contemporary. The Autons are a perfect choice for a first villain. Not only is it a treat for Who fans to have a familiar foe christen the new era, but they fit very nicely into the modern landscape of shopping. An ordinary clothes mannequin turning sinister. Their movements are stiff and creepy. The addition of the squeaking sound effect while they're in motion really sells the idea of them being undead plastic zombies. Great villain, perfect choices. Christopher Eccleston is simply brilliant as the Doctor. He's energetic, authoritative, funny, and charismatic as hell. I see a lot of aspects from classic Doctors, giddy, mysterious, and melancholic, but mixed in with Eccleston's unique flair. I think what I like most about him is how cheerful and childish he can be one minute, then switch to philosophical and pained the next. The iconic Turn of the Earth scene is a perfect example of this. Other cast members, particularly Camille Coduri as Jackie Tyler and Mark Benton as Clive Finch, are good too, especially with playing what could be easily caricatures as naturalistic and charming. The episode's pacing is stellar. It moves so fast but isn't afraid to slow down in the right moments, namely Clive showing Rose the various records of the Doctor in historic events. It's exciting and intriguing, holding my attention from beginning to end. Russell does amazingly at reimagining the show. It feels fresh and modern, but the Doctor is still the Doctor, Rose is still a great audience avatar and a companion with welcomed depth, akin to what the classic series was going for with Ace. It has the monsters, the TARDIS looking more alien than ever, and of course, the inviting spirit of adventure. My only real criticisms are that the CGI is comically ropey and that the tone can quite often be a little too goofy, most notably the plastic bin scene. Yeah, of course it was gonna belch after it ate someone. Hee hee ha 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 ha. But I'd rather not focus on the very few negatives. This is less of a review and more of my own celebration for the episode. I was hooked, so much so that I dived directly into the classic series with the TV movie and the arc in space, Tom Baker becoming my favourite Doctor. Now, I love all of Doctor Who, and while I find myself invested in more eras than others, you never truly forget your first. I will always go back to this first series of the revival, and it will always make me feel like a kid again. As a grown man, I'm not ashamed to admit that meeting Chris and Billie had me somewhat starstruck.
Sack Russell T Davies, sack Jane Tranter, sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner, and I'll come back. So can you arrange that?
Fantastic jokes aside, they were lovely to chat to and great with fans. I cannot wait to be catapulted back into the travels of Nine and Rose with Big Finish. These guys were truly special. Yes, everyone working on this played a major role in Doctor Who becoming what it is to all of us, but it will always be these guys who were the faces of its bright new beginning, with Russell as the voice and Murray as an extension of the soul. In the words of Peter Capaldi, everyone made Doctor Who. I'm so sorry for that awful impression, please forgive me. So let's continue to revisit this modern classic and applaud all those that deserve it, in front of and behind the camera. Happy 20 years to Doctor Who, the 2005, the not-so-new series. Seriously, we need to come up with another name. Calling it something new kinda gets dated pretty quickly. I give Rose 9 nines with anti-plastic out of 10. Thank you for watching. Laugh hard, run fast, be kind, and here's to another 20 years and beyond. Fantabulous. Phew.
I, the Master, have harnessed the majesty of your psychic intellect and made you my puppet. Through you I shall fulfill my destiny to bend the universe unto my will. The destiny of the Doctors is in your hands. Don't make me laugh.